All right, it's time to see how good Grok 3 actually is. I'm gonna say I have been using it all day today, and I'd say it's okay, but honestly, I didn't have access to Think until recently. So tomorrow, I'm gonna be using Grok 3 Think, and we'll see how that actually plays out. So what I have over here is this is my model competition repo. And if you don't know, what I typically do is I try to pit models against each other, but because I don't have an API, I can't actually do that with Grok 3. So what we're gonna do instead is we're actually just gonna grab, copy and paste the prompt that I would typically use and put it into Grok 3. And I'm going to turn on Think for this first one. So now this first one is develop a Python-based screen recording application using libraries like OpenCV, PyQt for the interface, and PyAudio for sound capture. The application should handle multi-monitor support, webcam integration, audio device selection, and produce high-quality MP4 recordings with synchronized audio and video streams. The idea with this one is, can I one-shot a replacement for like Loom? If you guys aren't familiar with that, it's kind of a screen recording software. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and kick this off because that's probably going to be thinking a while. And while that's going, I'm going to go ahead and kick off another one here. And we're going to turn this one off of Think. Now, I have been having trouble with Grok 3 kicking me over to Grok 2 a little bit. Let's hope it doesn't do that here. Perfect. So this one's probably going to finish first. And we're going to go ahead and try to run it and see if it errors right away. Now, it's actually generating incredibly fast. I've been very impressed with like the response time of it. That's a decent amount of code. It's going to have me install PyQt, OpenCV. I think I already have a lot of that in my environment. Let's go ahead and put that in there and see if this runs. If I'm missing a library, I'll hit it. I'm pretty sure I've ran this one enough times that I've covered all the libraries. All right, so we have our monitor selection. That's correct. Those are my 4 monitors. This one's actually a TV. My monitor 3 is a 4K TV. Like during the day, I use it for Twitch streaming and stuff like that, just to watch YouTube videos. And then my sound device. Let's go ahead and pick my Keo because that'll be my webcam. And then I'm gonna say include webcam and it start recording. So it crashed. Oh, but that was actually like not bad. I bet you there's some sort of ran out of input into file error. Something with maybe audio, actually. Audio seems to be most of the problem here. And it could be like any number of things, but we're not going to go and like debug that currently. All right, so this thought for 90 seconds is the think version. Let's just take a look to see. Oh, it's still generating actually. We actually are we've got a video capture thread. It's actually threading it. Audio capture thread, screen recorder. Gonna be a little screen like the last one. Wow, that is a lot of code. All right, I'm very fascinated to see how this actually runs. Kick this off. All right, looks very similar to the regular Grok one. I just want to make sure I save that. Yeah, so include webcam. It is slightly different. So we're going to do monitor 0. The Keo one, hit start. Whoa, it's actually recording, I hope. I don't know, actually. Doesn't show me any input. Oh, so it actually died. So we ended up with a local object has no attribute source DC. One thing I noticed is this file popped in. Let's open that up. 44 bytes, it's garbage. Okay, anyway, we're going to delete that. Models are getting close to being able to make that work, but they just have not nailed it yet. Let's go ahead and grab another cool one here. I want to do the Connect 4 game. We've, like I said in previous videos, there's only been a couple models that have actually been able to do that totally correct. And I'm excited to see what Grok 3 thinks, especially after seeing what it did with that video recorder. Because I bet you a couple like debugging rounds, I could have that working. We're going to kick off the think one. And then I want to make a new one over here because this one will go a little bit quicker. I'm just going to stick them all in this test file here so I can run them easy. All right, so we're getting code. So it's checking diagonal. One of the things a lot of them miss is actually dropping the piece down. Some of them like place it at the top. I'd be willing to bet we're probably going to see something like that, but I'd be impressed if this works like first shot here. All right, so let's run test.py. All right, this is looking great. So it's we have 6 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 columns. It did fall all the way down. Okay, this is actually very impressive. Let's see if scoring works correctly here. So AI wins. It doesn't have like any sort of screen. It just kind of ends. Wow, I'm actually really impressed with that. We're going to try something different here with this prompt to kind of push it a little bit more. So it's going to win here too. It's actually got a really good algorithm for playing, even though I was just randomly dropping, to be totally fair. All right, let's see. This is still thinking over here, actually. I'm very curious what this is going to end up doing. So let's expand this a little bit. Actually, I want to always create a new prompt because I don't want to like muddy it up in the context. All right, I'm going to do that same one again with regular Grok 3, which did a phenomenal job. Very, very, very impressive on one-shot coding here. And we're going to go ahead and fire this off. I just basically said make this game as wild as possible. So I want to see if it can actually add some like flair to it that we wouldn't normally get with just a 4-in-1, because it seemed to like crack that Connect 4 one really well. And we're seeing more and more of those do it now. I think this is model number 3 that actually has had it work. And I need to try Claude again, but Claude used to fail on this one. I wonder if it's gotten any better on it. I'm really not sure. This looks totally broken. And I can't even move the screen. I think it froze. So it wanted to evaluate potential threes. Oh, it's still loading. No, maybe I don't know what's happening. Add screen shake on win, include more sound effects, add animated piece dropping. Dang, that's too bad. This is like a total fail. We're going to have to just kill that, actually. Because it is not closing. Wait. Wait, is it playing by itself? Hold on. Before I kill it. Why are there pieces there now? This doesn't make sense to me. What is it doing? Oh, well. Okay. Let's go back to the Connect 4 from the Think version of Grok 3. 7x6 grid. There's the same. Look at the amount of code it actually generated here. Terminal node, okay. And just compare it. So we're at 272 there, we're at 268 there. Note that last one was like the ultimate version, which failed, unfortunately. They don't have the drop animation. Player 2 wins. This is better. It actually has the player 2 wins like in it. Now let's just do the same thing here. I'm gonna go ahead and grab. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and drop in something here where I'm gonna make this game as wild as possible too, just to see kind of what this does. And then what I want to do is I want to show a little bit of a video that I put together earlier today where I was trying to do it with real code. So I'm going to go through a couple more of these. If you hang around, I'll show a video of what I did earlier today and kind of talk through it. Because with real code, I struggled with it a little bit more. I think it's like phenomenal at these one-shot prompts. And I think it's probably been highly trained probably on Python. But I feel like I struggled with it a little bit when I was giving it a lot of code. Anyway, while that's happening, let's take a look and see what we want to do next. Oh, we're going to do the pool game. We're definitely going to do the pool game. And I'm going to go ahead and fire that off over here on the regular Grok 3 because I am excited to see what ends up happening there. And because I don't think it'll yell at me. I'm going to go ahead and kick one off on the Think version over here too. Okay, I have to believe this is getting near the end here. We're thinking for 110 seconds right now, and you can look at what it's actually doing here. And this is for Connect 4. Crazy. Oh, so they're talking about scoring. Incredible, like the amount of tokens this is actually generating. All right, it finally finished thinking. So we're going to go ahead and look at the output here. So it's still doing the 6 rows, 7 columns, which is right. It's what I see typically. 640 by 480. They seem to all do about that size. And then we've got blue, white, red, yellow, black, green, purple. I wonder what purple's going to be for. Maybe the background. I'm curious what this is going to do. Let's go ahead and run it. I'm excited to see what this does. Let's take a look. Please don't crash. Huh. All right. It actually is doing the animation of it falling while not rendered correctly, because ideally you'd have it behind the blue, and that so you'd have white, and then you'd have the red behind it, or the pieces behind it, and then the blue on front. This is the first one that's actually made it where pieces are falling. And what's weird is it actually shows where it's going to fall first. So it's sort of like not like the most ideal thing. Um, Maybe we can actually beat it this time. See how good the AI is. Like, what is extreme about this thing, though? Let's take a look what it said. Okay, so the wild effects are dropping animation, pieces fall gradually rather than appearing instantly. I do like that. The winning 4 pieces flash between green, purple, and white every 10 frames. Okay, so I need to basically let the game end here to see kind of what's going to happen. Let me see if I can... Man, they drop so slow. All right, let me see. Just keep putting them here. They blocked me. Come on. I'm going to let him win. Oh, that's cool. All right, see. So you got a little bit of rumble there, and then you got like the shake or the flashing color. That's cool. All right. All right, now let's jump over to the pool game. This is absolutely like one of my favorites to do. This is the one without think. A lot of models struggle on this. A lot of them actually crash. I'd say about 50% of them don't even run properly. I'm a little bit worried about 208 lines of code. I'm not gonna lie. That seems like a very small amount of code for this, but we'll see. Yeah, this is bad. Let's see what the physics look like. Whoa, physics are great. I need to do a little bit more testing, but that actually, because like one of the hardest things with physics is the multi-ball collision. Let me just see if this ball hits these two. This one should actually like project some of its impact into the other ones. That is beautiful physics. Did you see that? The blue ball moved into the red ball. Dang, okay. I'm very, very impressed with the physics on this thing. I guess one other test we can do is just see if it goes in the pocket over here a little bit. And this is one thing that always drives me nuts too. Like you should add a little bit more friction when the ball's going slower. Oh, it's so hard to get it in the hole. All right, we're gonna try to put it in the hole and see what happens here. All right, I don't think I can actually get it in the hole. I think it's too fragile. So this actually thought for what is that, 2.5 minutes or so? And I'll see what kind of code we got here. All right. Very impressed with the physics. Like very, very, very impressed with the physics. We're gonna go ahead and kick this off. No way. That is like one of the very first times I've ever seen it place the balls correctly. The closest one I got before this is they would place the ball like in a triangle, but it would be up against the wall. They actually have all the pockets. The other one was missing some pockets. Okay, we've got, I wonder which way this is going to shoot. No, physics. It's so good. Okay, so it seems, oh my God, and it's still rolling. That's so disappointing. I was super hyped about like this actually working. Okay, let's see if we do this. Yeah, that is. Oh, that's okay. I don't know. I don't know which one's better. I mean, this one laid it out better. I can't even really test the physics on this. Okay, I had to go through and play around with this a little bit because I just want to see how good it is. So I've increased the basically the force that's getting applied to it. Check that out though. That's actually super, super good. Other than that one miss, which I'm kind of sad. I wonder if I could actually get that to work a little bit better at times. Let's see if I can hit. These collisions are fantastic. Now we just need to check to see if we can actually get it in the pocket here. This is one thing that kind of drives me nuts. So the slow stopping. Let's see. And it went in the pocket. All right, the other thing I want to check is can I put the cue ball in the pocket and then have it respawn? And then otherwise, I think we have basically a working version of pool. Oh, yeah, beautiful. I'll let you guys kind of rate that. From a collision standpoint, both of them did excellent. From I would say the gameplay standpoint, the Grok 3 regular actually like the velocity and everything of the ball and the force of the ball actually was good. And you can see here, I tried actually telling it to fix it, but it just kind of went haywire here. It just started talking about spin and collision mechanics. So it didn't even do the code. So I just went in and changed it myself so that it take a little less time to kind of knock it on that a little bit. But I usually these reasoning models don't do a good job kind of following up on prompts anyway. All right, let's do one more fun one. And this is a incredibly hard one. So we're going to do another fun one. This is build a computer vision-based application that tracks hand movements and converts them into musical elements, allowing users to create and perform music through gesture control. For this, I will have to turn off my camera once I run it, but it should, if it works, it'll load up my camera again, and I'll be able to actually, hopefully, see my hand moving and be able to hear some music that's happening. I'm actually impressed with how quick this is. So initialize it. I just want all the code. I don't want to have to put it together. Oh, there's times that I really like this, but when I'm doing these demos, I really don't like when they kind of separate the code out like this. So I'm just going to go ahead and just tell it, put the code together in one file for me. All right, so I should, again, hopefully I have all those dependencies already installed, but if not, I'll put them in there. We have 117 lines of code. Oh, I probably should have turned my camera off. All right, I'm gonna turn my audio on, so hopefully you guys can hear this. To detect my hand. I think that's so cool. I'm sorry for the loud music, but that's, look at that, it did it. That is wild. Can it detect both hands? No, only one. Okay. That's awesome. All right. Apparently I can't exit it. It just keeps restarting. So let me kill it over there. This one thought for a little over a minute, so it must have thought it was a rather simple one. Did it give me all the code in one? Yes, thank you so much. That's your CV as well. 69 lines of code. That's kind of nice. What? Why is it so little? I'm not so confident on this one. Okay, I haven't ever installed Pyo. That is a new module that I need to put in. All right, here we go. Usually takes, okay, similar. I actually like the music better. Listen, watch. Down. If I close my hand, it stops. See? Play. My hand's closed. That is incredible. All right, I think both of them did an exceptional job. This is, honestly, for one-shot coding, Grok 3 is doing better than I thought. Let me jump over to this video I did earlier today, because I do think it's kind of important to show sort of what it looks like on real code. All right, so this is just some early tests with Grok 3. I've been fighting with it a little bit today. This is an example where I'm basically correcting. I'm like, no, this is a screen for an admin user to manage global prompts. I want to basically have a library of prompts that we show so they can be used. In a perfect world, we'd be able to click on one, like maybe on the left side of the modal, pay attention to that, and have it inserted where the cursor is. You can just hard code all the tags for now, and I have code in the API to replace them. So this is what it ends up coming up with, and then I'll run the test. So at first glance, like what it did a decent job at is at least generating the tag part. It actually did give me a list of the tags that I would expect. It did miss two of them, which is unfortunate. So here what I'm doing is I'm just kind of looking through the code. I'm going to end up reverting this because it's not very good. So let me go ahead and just paste this stuff in. Fast forward here a little bit. All right, I'm going to start playing here. You can see here it added, maybe 60 lines of code. And look what it did. Just want to pause here for a second. So it put the tags up here at the top. You cannot click on them at all. What I was thinking, what I was trying to tell it to do was actually put it like on the left side of this prompt, like expand this out and give me a library where I can be like da 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 click, da 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 click. So again, early testing here, not the greatest. And this is probably my 5th test in production stuff. And I've had one that was really good, and I've had 4. Now, I don't even know how to classify this one. This one's kind of like a fail to me. But anyway, curious what you guys think. All right, I'm sorry. I need to do one more, and I'm sorry this got so long, but hopefully you guys are having fun with this as much as I am. We're gonna do my city simulation one. No model at all has actually done a good job at this. I haven't got one at all that I could kind of follow what it's actually trying to accomplish. So the think one's kicking off. This one actually kicked off like really, really, really quick. So we're gonna go ahead and see if it's done generating code. It actually generated a decent amount of code. I just want to read through the features here. So grid layout 10 by 10, colored rectangles that move horizontally and vertically, key intersections between green and red states, GUI controls. Wow, that sounds pretty good actually, where you can do like start stop button, you can control the duration. It actually threads it. That would be nice. A lot of these end up like being kind of jank, to be honest with you. Let's just take a look. All right, we're gonna hit start here. Okay, that car's doing what? Hmm. If those squares are cars, this blue car is spazzing out here. So I like the kind of layout of this. I do really like the way it laid it out, but it's just a jank as all the other ones. Like I can't really make heads or tails. Like that blue car's gone now. Now it's a yellow car. Maybe it crashed. I don't know. It's something weird. Oh, okay. So the thinking one is still going here. I'm so curious what this is going to be doing over here. Okay. I just want to get down to the bottom. I'm going to be honest with you. The video I showed before that I recorded earlier today, that was not with the Think version because I didn't have access to it then. Tomorrow, I'm going to spend time with the Think version because I do believe, like, based on my test here, it seems to be doing significantly better. Like, significantly, significantly better. We finally have the Think version done. It's still generating some of the additional things. Did actually a smaller grid structure, which is weird. So let's kick this off and see what happened. What? Holy crap, it's the first one to ever do this correctly. Look at that. The light was red here. Oh my god. All right. I'm not lying to you guys. Like this is literally I've never got one this good. Look how the cars are stacking up at this red light and then when this turns green here in a second, look they continue on. And they're coming around the corner. They stop here at this red light. That is wild. I mean, I could nitpick things, of course, but I've never actually had one that actually made sense to me yet. This one is fantastic. I think I may need to live stream this and kind of do some tests with you guys, like real time. Let me know in the comments below if you'd want me to do that, and we can kind of bounce ideas off for a couple hours and see what we can generate and come up with. But I think that's gonna close this one out. I appreciate you guys, and if you stuck around to the end, let me know in the comments below because I know this has been a journey getting through it. I have actually my excitement level has gone from neutral to kind of excited now about the big brain or the think version of this model because what it's doing is kind of something I haven't seen other models do yet with my testing that I just ran through. And I think that's it. Let me know your comments below if you tested with it. Do you have access to Grok 3? I'd love to know some of the things that you'd want me to test. If we want to do a live stream, I can try to put one together maybe tomorrow night, and we can plan a couple hours where we go through and like test some of the things that the chat comes up with, and we can see what we come up with. All right, until next time, guys. Take care.